Well, Meagan, I got to tell you, it's so fun to be at the at this new tech center. So much collaboration. You can already when you walk into a place, sometimes you can get a vibe, right?
Yes.
You know, good things are happening. You know, people are talking. You know, that whole idea around collaboration, people coming together. We talked about on the podcast earlier. A rising tide float all boats, and here we are. We're in this great center here, a little cafe right now, and what is this space designed for? And we'll start in this space and we'll take a little walk around. Talk to me about this space.
So actually, this goes to my collaboration doesn't happen just by chance. So again, you have to really foster and support collaboration. And one of the ways that I like to do that is, again, we're great at this, Newfoundlanders and Labradorians, but social. So getting people together, having different ways that they can engage with each other. So for the cafe is a really exciting opportunity because this will be a public space. So anybody can drop in, have a conversation, have a meeting, run into a colleague that you haven't seen in a while. And so that's a really important key piece to the basis of the center. But what's exciting is this is Cape Coffee. It's run by Cape Coffee, which is Bannerman's sister business. And so this is their first location, and they're running it. It's their coffee, and it's going to be great. So we're really excited that they'll be able to be here and offer coffee and beer.
Coffee and beer. So innovation right to the core. As soon as you enter in, you've got a new business starting up right here. Well, let's take a little walk through the space.
Perfect.
And when I came in this morning, there was two folks from Japan. They were economic development people here to meet. I mean, I see there's universities here from the Caribbean that just arrived at the door, which is simply fantastic. As we walk in to the space, it's wide open, it's bright, a lot of desks. Talk to me about your vision for this.
Yeah, so this is, again, our open collaboration space. What we would love is businesses to drop in, not just specific to one sector. Come in, you see your colleague, you chat. Again, we've had jokes about people sponsoring the water cooler, but it is meant to be a vibrant area where people can come together, but also kind of figuring out what works best. And so we also have soundproof meeting pods. That gives companies privacy, so they can pop in, have those meetings, and still use the system. We actually have Janoah here doing a training session, and they're running that until December.
Wow.
So that was something that we hadn't planned for, but they came and approached us, and it worked out. And so it's something we'll consider replicating again as well.
So a big space where people can go off-site from where they normally are, do training, things like that. When you become a member of the center, do you get access to all of this stuff?
Yeah, so what we've done is it's basically done as a membership. So a desk is part of the membership, an office would be part of that level of membership, and then you also have basic amenities like internet, printing services, but access to all of the different meeting spaces, and then we're rolling out programming this fall as well. And so all of that programming is available to members free, and they can register whether it's in person or virtual. And do you want to see the greenhouse?
Yes, we definitely want to see the greenhouse.
Because this is a fun space that we're just working on finishing. So originally they were going to tear this down, but it's a great space. We actually used this for our launch event, and it was beautiful. We had brought in flowers and had Bannerman cater it with food and some of their great beer. But it's also, it's going to be a flex space for members day to day. So we've ordered actually like 6 picnic benches from a local business in Holyrood.
Right.
And we're waiting for the rest to be delivered. And then this is, again, getting people outside together. We've had some cornhole tournaments with the members here, and so it's that casual engagement across the board, and it's going to be really interesting.
This is a great space, right? I mean, you can book out an event here, you can do all kinds of things. It's nice to have the inside and the outside option, right? Which is great.
Yeah, no, we're
and
really
lots of
excited
parking.
about this.
I noticed there's all kinds of parking.
There is a lot of parking, and it's free, and I think that's a critical piece for us. It's sometimes it's challenging here to access parking, so it makes it accessible, a low barrier.
Right, exactly. It's all about that, isn't it? A low barrier to entry. I noticed that as we go back inside, aside from the desks, there's a lot of offices on both sides. Talk to me a little bit about why would you choose an office or a desk, or is it you have access to those spaces?
So what we're rolling out again, we're iterating as we go,
Right.
as we receive feedback. But this is currently rented out to, I believe it's Spellbook, and so they're using this space for now. But this will be a rotating service provider office, and they'll come in, and I think of it like, you know, that TD green chair, drop in and chat with us.
Exactly.
So that's amenity, a service for the members. They'll have access to that. So whether it's a law firm or whether it's professional services, consultant. So we're just ramping up that piece as well. These are all individual, and they're leased out individually.
Okay.
And so right now we also have Tech and L in the offices, and we have what we're calling double offices, and this is Additive XL's actual team. So they have a space here and in the light industrial area.
Right.
And then you interviewed, I think, Andrea King.
I did, yeah.
And her team's office is just down that hallway.
Oh, wow. And you can see the mezzanine, very nice. So you say 10,000 square feet up there?
Correct.
Wow.
So that's only part of it. And what I can do is I can show you the future after, which is in that behind that wall.
Okay.
You also get to see the phone booths, which people love.
Right.
So these have been quite popular. We only have 2 for now. We didn't know if people were going to use them or not. This is Taden, one of our business students who's working with us right now.
And outside here is your build space, yeah?
Correct.
Let's take a little...
let's pop through here.
Yep. So, you know, what I'm sensing here, Meagan, is it's a blank canvas.
Correct.
Right? It's an opportunity here for people to get in this early. I mean, you're part of the whole, you know, you're part of building something here, even when you come.
It is,
right?
and that's the exciting piece, right?
Right.
So
oh, wow.
this is we have 50,000 square feet just over total. This is about 20,000 square feet.
Okay.
And so we're in the process of finalizing a matching fit up on this side.
Okay.
For another company. And then it's a mix of different uses throughout the space. And one thing we really keep hearing is there's also smaller companies who are beyond the startup accelerator phase, but it's still a little expensive to rent real estate, so they're looking for space to do soldering or 3D printing. And so we're looking into different models. There's great options in Houston of what other companies have done, where you can rent little pieces.
Yeah.
Again, my philosophy is try to be as multi-purpose as possible, give people that flexibility. In between those 2 areas, this is the innovation exhibition space we've been kind of thinking about. And if you can fit it up like a blank canvas, kind of like, did you go to the Vincent van Gogh immersion?
Right, yeah.
So could you do a blank slate where you could immerse yourself
of course.
with projectors, but also 3D, AR, VR.
I mean, this is a wonderful space. So your vision is to rent it out by square foot. Is that how it works?
So we've done it by square foot. That's how it currently is. We've also got a makerspace planned for here as part of the high school tech immersion program with Tech and L.
Yeah.
That will go here as well.
Lots of power, lots of ventilation, lots of lighting. It's everything you need.
Yeah, and then there's a separate entrance here as well.
Okay.
Now, there is an additional space that's not currently part of us, but 5,000 square feet next to us that is available if a business is looking to take something like that on.
Really?
We've been looking for companies that are interested in being adjacent to the innovation space. But it's a quite a large space there as well.
Well, we'll walk back out to the main area and we'll end at the coffee shop.
Perfect.
And Meagan, I got to tell you that what has been created here is fantastic in its initial phase, but I love the fact that you're constantly iterating, right? It in it of itself is exactly what this place is all about, right? It's just constantly getting better, constantly getting better. What would you tell people that are considering, like, hey, should I be here or not? I don't know where to go. What do you tell them?
Well, I think the great thing is we're open to work with them. So what problems are you trying to solve? Who are you trying to work with? And I'm happy to sit down with them and try to figure out how to make that work here. The great thing is there's so many businesses who are really wanting to work with others. And so part of it when you're setting up something new is getting that feedback from them, because we could plan it ourselves and then it's not going to be used properly. So getting that engagement with the businesses and the users is critical. So I'm more than happy. I try to tell you I will say yes to as much as possible.
Meagan, you got a big week coming up soon. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so Tech and L's Innovation Week is next week. It's a 3-day event, and we have Tech Fest being hosted here at the Innovation Center as kind of a new kickoff. So we're really excited about that. It's again test for the space. So we also love a good party, and then innovation, I guess Tech and L's Innovation Week is really getting chock full of AI related content about people. It's going to be some great speakers. We'll have a booth there as well. There's also a tech market, and it's going to be really exciting. So.
Your final thoughts, you've been around the tech industry for a long time. You've been into the hub of it all right here in Waterloo. Tell me, give me your final thoughts on tech in Newfoundland at the moment.
Look, I think for provinces and areas like ours, which are resource heavy but also isolated from others, there are moments in time when you can leapfrog ahead. And so what interests me is when we have the ability, will we have the ability, and we do have the ability to leapfrog and become leaders. And so will we take that, and what I see this space as is a platform that we can support them doing that. So I would love to see the province leverage all the technology and leapfrog ahead and be leaders in the spaces that we already have established businesses in. So that resource sector, that renewable energy sector, what can we do to show the world what is possible in a province like this? So I'm really excited.
Here we are at the edge of the world in Newfoundland.
Innovation at the edge.
Right? Surrounded by water.
Yep.
We talked about a rising tide floats all boats. To stick with that nautical analogy for just a moment, all of this does not happen without a steady hand on the tiller, pointing us in the right direction. So thank you very much for your leadership on this. We very much appreciate what you're doing for the province of Newfoundland and Labrador, but also for our country. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.